video we're going to be doing a problem permutations. So problem number 46 in Leetcode. So the idea is you have been given a number array and then you have to create permutations of those values inside the array in any order. So if you know what permutation is, basically you're going to be trying different permutations at this position. For example, 1, this position can be filled in 3 ways. Now that is taken out, then the second position is going to be taken in how many ways? 2 ways, and the last position could be taken in 1 way. So 3 into 2 into 1, so 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 values are there for, because we are not repeating these characters. So with that, I just wanted to talk about how exactly we help solve this problem. So I just talked about the combination in a separate video, but permutation problems are different. And the main thing about permutation problem is, since you would be repeating, you'd be, let's say 1 2 3 was the starting number, right? Since in permutation there's no real order, this could be at this position, this could be at this position. So you have to look at all the permutations by having 1 at the first position, then 1 at the second position, 1 at the third position. Likewise, 2 needs to be in first position, second position, third position. So basically, unlike combination where every stack is at a particular index, in this case you're going to be running a for loop in every stack. And by that I mean is first stack should definitely be running a for loop to pick all the numbers one by one, and then the second stack should also be picking all the numbers one by one. You just want to avoid the same number being processed again. So that's the idea. So for example, stack number 1, in the stack number 1 you're going to be running a for loop to pick 1 2 3, right? So one of the numbers while you're building that. The second stack, you don't want to pick 1 because 1 is being considered right now, so you have 1. So you're now going to picking 2, between 2 and 3. So let's say if you pick 2, then in this third stack, 1 picked, 2 picked, so you're going to be picking 3. And after that, of course, you cannot pick because it's the size of the string is equivalent to what you want to stop at, right? So you don't want to do anything. So this is how you work. So in the next iteration, when you pick 2 all the way at the bottom, then basically it will pick 1 here because 2 wouldn't be considered. So now you get the idea, right? So the main thing to understand here is that you want to write a for loop in the recursive method to run through all the numbers and somehow figure out a way to not let those indices be reused in the subsequent stack. So in this particular problem, it's kind of easy because the numbers are unique. So we are using a set. So we use a set, we populate the set, and we are using a linked hash set because we want to preserve the order. If I'm not using a linked hash set, just a hash set, then if I insert 0 1, then basically 0 1 and 1 0, it's just going to think I reinserted 0 1, so it will get me 0 1 0 1, which is certainly not the answer. We need to remember and the reason why I'm using a set is because a set is also being used to figure out that if the number is being, like the logic I mentioned about that, right, that this index is being considered, so I'm not going to consider index, so I'm using exactly for that. So let's take a look at some example. Let's say 0 1. So first time, so I create a result list and linked hash set here and then pass it. So remember, I'm not passing the index value. It's not required because every stack is going to be running a loop, and the subsequent stacks have to figure out how to omit the one in consideration. So what happens is run a for loop, and then it's going to run till the length. If the set doesn't contain the element I'm considering, then you add the number to the set and go to the next stack. So for example, I'm going to be adding 0. So I add 0 and then go to the next one. Then it comes here with the set of 0. Since I have number 0 inside, then it comes here, and it finds, okay, number 0 is being considered already, so it's going to skip processing that particular index and jump straight to I equals 1, and it's going to add 1. So it adds 1 here, passed to the helper, but this time helper will say, okay, fine, it's already equal. Then it's going to put helper like 1 2 in the set, and then set is basically added to the error list. Now we remove that, we do backtracking because 1 2 is done, and I want to look at some other number, but since I don't have any other number, the loop just ends here because I0 and I1 has been considered. Now we go back to the first stack. In the first stack, I is going to be 1. So when I is 1, this is what it is. It's going to go to the next stack because when I is 1, then it's going to, it wouldn't find this in the stack, in the set. So it will call this. Now I is 0. So number 0 is 0. 0 is not from the set. And then it will call this method, and then it's going to add 0, remove, and since there is no other number, it's going to be 1 0, and 1 0 is maintained because we have a link hash to it. So this is a fairly straightforward solution. So just remember, permutation has no ordering, so it means that you need to consider all the numbers in your stack, so you run a for. I have submitted it previously, resubmitting it. So yeah, that's what it is. I think the first submission was better, maybe, yeah, 92.62%. I don't know what happened, but anyway, now you get the idea. Thank you.